Welcome to the 2022 AIS Research and Management Showcase. I'm Cori Mattke. My usual role here at MACERC is as Associate Director, although right now, while Nick Phelps, our director, is on sabbatical, I am serving in an interim co-director role. Joining me today, I'd like to welcome Dan Larkin, who is also serving in a co-interim director role. We're working together on this. Dan is an extension specialist and associate professor in the Department of Fisheries, Wildlife, and Conservation Biology. Again, thank you to all of you for joining us today and to hear about the latest in AIS research coming out of our center. And we are excited to share finding updates with you all today.
Great, thanks, Cori. And thanks to all of you for joining us in this online format. There are pros and cons to moving the showcase online, but we're learning and evolving each year. And please do let us know your thoughts in the post-showcase survey that will go out. Learning and evolving is part of everything we do here at MACERC. We take data from the field and the lab and work to develop research-based solutions that can reduce impacts of aquatic invasive species in Minnesota and beyond through preventing spread, controlling populations, and managing ecosystems. And we strive for an approach that has a flexibility to support quick responses to immediate AIS concerns while also providing long-term research support to discover more effective ways of handling non-native species. All of the research that you'll learn about today is the outcome of a thorough prioritization process that MACERC undergoes every 2 years, which we call the Research Needs Assessment. And the start of that process is a public survey of research needs. And that is open right now. And Cori is going to drop a link into the chat. Please, we encourage you to join in this process and submit your research ideas to the survey so we can get your input as part of this process.
So despite the challenges of the last few years in the pandemic, MACERC researchers have made important progress in many areas of research. We have refined online tools, including better predictive models to forecast future AIS invasions, and there are some exciting updates on the development of new tools for AIS control as well that you'll hear about today. Our collaboration with the University of Minnesota Extension continues to be a wonderful partnership. We now have over 400 trained community scientists that have contributed thousands of hours of highly impactful volunteer service to local AIS efforts, including direct involvement with some of our research projects that you'll hear about today.
We also want to thank the many project partners, research affiliates, collaborators, and others from our campus here at University of Minnesota Twin Cities, other campuses and institutions across the state, collaborators around the country and beyond. We'd also like to thank our Center Advisory Board and members of our technical committee for keeping us focused on our mission and our most urgent priorities. We thank the University of Minnesota, the College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences, and the Department of Fisheries, Wildlife, and Conservation Biology for their vital institutional support. And we want to highlight the great work of those who helped organize and will be moderating the showcase this year, especially the MACERC administrative team. And in particular, I want to acknowledge the great work leading up to this event by Ethan O'Brien, Meg Durr, and Alex Badges.
And of course, we want to thank all of the MACERC researchers for their hours in the field, in the lab, and in front of their computers over the last year conducting the research that will be presented today. The work that you have been doing really is making a difference, and we hope you leave this event with a sense of renewed energy. And lastly, importantly, we are deeply grateful for the funding support for our research, including from the Environment and Natural Resources Trust Fund, the Minnesota State Legislature, and the more than 200 individuals and organizations that have supported MACERC since our inception. Donations are a critical piece of our funding and make a huge difference in us being able to conduct the work that you're going to hear about today. If you feel motivated by what you hear about in the presentations to come, please consider supporting our work. You can hold your smartphone's camera up to the QR code to scan, or we're dropping a link in the chat too. You can visit our donation page online as well.
Okay, so just a few logistics and then we can go ahead and get started with our day. You should have received a few different emails containing the schedule for today, and you can access that schedule at a link that will be dropped in the chat as well. This schedule has hyperlinks to join each session, so you should be able to just click and get into the room you want to join. But if you do have any trouble accessing the rooms, please reach out to us at macirc.umn.edu, and we'll try to get you up and running as quickly as possible with any tech support help you might need.
All of the talks are being recorded today and will be posted to the MACIRC YouTube channel. We will send out an email to all of the attendees with links to the presentations when the videos are ready. As attendees, you will get first access to those recordings, with the public able to access them at a later date. And just a word of warning, it does take us a little time to get those videos processed and up on the YouTube page, so please be patient with us when we do that after the event. We will definitely send out an email once they're ready to go with links to all of them. Between the sessions, there will be a 15-minute break. So grab a cup of coffee, stretch your legs, check your email if you need to, switch to a different web room. We're trying to give people plenty of space here to get up, move around, and get where they need to be throughout the day. During the lunch hour, we have our virtual poster sessions. So you can review the posters on the MACIRC website. And then on that page, there will be links to go into the Zoom rooms to discuss the research or the posters with the researchers. And Dan is dropping a link here into the chat for those as well. And that link will be live elsewhere on the agenda and in the rooms today. When you're ready to speak with one of the researchers in those poster sessions, just click on the maroon button on the poster session web page, as I mentioned. You will enter the Zoom meeting where you have an option to chat directly with those researchers. And then again, a reminder, you'll receive a survey after the showcase, and we'll incorporate the feedback from that survey into planning for future showcases. So please fill it out if you can. All feedback is helpful in doing that. Now that we have gotten through logistics, let's get on to some more of the fun stuff.
Yes, some of you who attended last year may remember our newly created MACIRC Research Partnership Awards. These awards recognize those who have gone above and beyond to support MACIRC's mission. We have 3 award categories. Those are individual, AIS professional or agency, and group or organization. Many deserving recipients were nominated by MACIRC researchers and staff, and we're grateful to have so many incredible supporters, including everyone attending this event today.
Without further ado, we are proud to announce the 2022 MACIRC Research Partnership Award recipients. There are 3 categories. And the first category that we're going to talk about today is the category for individual. So our award winner for this year is Sharon Natzel. Sharon is the president of the Hubbard County Coalition of Lake Associations and one of MACIRC's most engaged and dedicated community leaders. A longtime AIS detector, she has engaged with every MACIRC outreach opportunity available and worked to bring other local partners to the table. She led the local charge in multiple recent pilot projects, including the spiny water fleece surveillance and the zebra mussel safari pilot programs, as well as the Stop Spiny campaign, Starry Trek, and other AIS detectors activities. Sharon is extremely attentive to the research outcomes and is always thinking about how to apply research findings to Hubbard County lakes. In 2022, Sharon worked with a number of other local partners to help host a day-long AIS conference with MACIRC in Detroit Lakes. Her feedback and participation in our programs as a volunteer and a local leader have helped make MACIRC programs stronger, and we are deeply appreciative of it. Congratulations, Sharon, on receiving this award this year.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations, Sharon. It's been great working with her over the years. On to the group or organization. Created in 1988, the Association of Cass County Lakes is a member organization of lake associations throughout Cass County, Minnesota. They help their member lake associations by providing lake-related information and a forum for exchanging information with other members. They're highly engaged with MACIRC's Stop Spiny campaign, working with us to order thousands of stop spiny cloths for distribution to lake associations and local events, for example. They've also been a key partner for the AIS Detectors program. They brought the AIS Detectors core course up to Bacchus twice, and that allowed us to certify 39 AIS detectors in the county. ACCL members are significant contributors to over 1,500 hours of volunteer service performed by AIS Detectors volunteers in Cass County, which has a service value of nearly $50,000. Supporting the University of Minnesota AIS Detectors program is in fact written into their strategic plan. So please join me in congratulating the Association of Cass County Lakes.
And our last award today is for a manager or agency, and this year's winner is Dan Cibulka. Dan Cibulka is the water resource specialist with Dan Cibulka is, accepting on behalf of the Sherburne Soil and Water Conservation District. Dan is the water resource specialist with the Soil and Water Conservation District, and his work includes strategic water resource planning, watershed monitoring analysis, and of course, aquatic invasive species management. Dan served as a co-investigator on the Golden Clam Rapid Response Monitoring Project, providing significant technical and field support to the study. This work has helped us gain a much deeper understanding of the threat that species possess in Minnesota lakes. He currently serves on the MACERC Technical Committee, a group made up of scientists from academic and governmental agencies that advise MACERC on scientific and technical activities, including MACERC species and research needs prioritization. Dan has been a local partner to one of MACERC's extension programs, Starry Trek, since the program launched in 2017, and he is regularly able to recruit an impressive group of volunteers to participate in that event each year that has resulted in the discovery of the only 2 inland Minnesota lakes with live invasive freshwater golden clams in the state. We are excited to extend this award to Dan. Thank you to all of our award winners this year. We would not do this work without you and the many other supporters of MACERC's work. Watch for a press release and more information about our award recipients later this week. We'll be rolling out some of their stories and a formal announcement publicly of these awards as well. We will have a short break before the first session starts, right after we wrap up here. Feel free to join any room at this time. All of the rooms will be open, so you can get on, test out everything you need, and get settled before we get started in the sessions. Presentations will start at 9:15 today. Thanks again for joining us, and I hope everyone enjoys the showcase this year.
Thank you all. See you throughout the day.